Hello, my name is Duke Walker, and I serve as the chaplain for the beloved people of Lanier Village Estates in the North Georgia mountains. So far in our reflections on prayer, there really have not been any words you will have noticed in this method of praying. It's like the little kid who says to their parents while riding the bike, "Look, no hands." Similarly, this method or manner of praying is look, no words. Today, we culminate this 5-part series with our 5th reflection, becoming gratitude. The culmination of all Jewish prayer is to praise or give thanks. This is what we see in the book of Psalms over and over throughout all 150, mostly. Likewise, in the New Testament, we see Jesus at a turning point in his ministry right before his Passion Week, at the Last Supper, at the Eucharist, literally giving thanks to God. Giving thanks is the culmination of all our prayer. Psalm 116 and Matthew 26, the Last Supper account, really speak to these. As the psalmist gives thanks for the salvation that he's received, he says, "I will fulfill my vows to the Lord in the presence of all his people." He's going to offer his life, something that he does as a result of having received salvation. That is his giving thanks. It's to do something. Likewise, in Matthew 26 and verse 26, Jesus takes the bread, gives thanks, breaks it, and gives it to his disciples, his very life given for others. This is his offering of gratitude, his very life. So here's the big picture in this way of praying that we've been talking about. As we become silent, we position ourselves for a relationship with God. We saw that in Genesis 1. But God always begins the relationship with us first by listening to us, as we saw in the slavery narrative in Exodus 2. Once we know a God who listens to us, then we have the desire to encounter that God, which we saw in the burning bush in chapter 3. And once we've encountered this God and survived and realize we are beloved, that lights a fire within us to then begin listening for God as a way of life. And once we hear God's voice speak to us, when we come to that place in life, that pivot, that turning moment in our spiritual journey, once we've heard the living God speak, then we become so filled with gratitude that we offer our lives, as Paul says in Romans, as a living sacrifice, where we no longer keep a tally of what we're grateful for, because we've become a living gratitude, whereby we offer our lives for the good of all others, like Jesus at the Last Supper or the psalmist in Psalm 116. So I'd like to invite you to pursue a deeper intimacy with God, one that moves beyond words to the pure love that God longs to show to all of us. In that silent togetherness that is Christ, to pursue him, in whom we are all held together. If you'd like to send me a message, you can email me at duke.walker@axlife.org, and I'll be glad to reflect on any questions you might have specifically about prayer, like Why doesn't prayer get answered sometimes? Or how do I pray with somebody who doesn't share my faith? Or how do I pray for healing? There's all kinds of things. So email me, duke.walker@axlife.org, and we'll continue our series with a little Q&A. Thanks for tuning in to God and listening for his voice in your life. Your neighbors will thank you.